it was hard for me to be in that space.
Welcome back to Daily Break TV. It's Carmelia Ray here, and we are going to take a look inside Beyonce's very private life and maybe some of the secrets that she may be hiding, given the fact that she hasn't been named essentially in any lawsuits, but she has been tied to Diddy for a long, long time, including her husband, Jay-Z.
It's difficult because I had to really learn how to have boundaries.
Now, she is always in the spotlight, but recently she's been catching a lot of heat over her long-standing relationship and connection to P. Diddy, dating all the way back to the 90s. Now, Diddy is facing even more serious allegations. Latest news is he's got another 7 new lawsuits.
Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and indicted on federal charges.
The accusations against this guy and what he's doing, and, from, staff members to personal trainers to, multiple celebrities or people in the music industry, you have to wonder and think, how could somebody who's in his tight, close circle, including Beyonce and Jay-Z, how could they be blind to or not aware of any of the, dealings that were going on? So with Diddy facing even more serious allegations, many are asking why Beyonce herself has chosen not to spoke out.
And I just felt like I was in my own world.
And why she's maintained ties with him during this entire time period. Now, some are even wondering if this could tarnish Queen B's legacy, and could it make her actually look worse than Diddy himself, right? So there's a lot of questions that people are asking around her and that relationship. Now, Beyonce's life can seem a little bit of a puzzle, okay? She is a global superstar. She's dropping empowerment anthems like Single Ladies, Who Runs the World, Girls.
Who run the world, girls? Who run the world, girls?
Powered by her fierce alter ego. We know that she has an alter ego, Sasha Fierce. But her personal life, is it a different story? From Jay-Z's cheating scandals to rumors about her not even writing all of her own music, she's had her share of drama. Now, the Queen Bee stays silent right now, which is leaving fans, with more questions than they have answers. So one of Beyonce's biggest appeals is her, stand and message of female empowerment. She's giving us songs like Irreplaceable, and that had every woman singing, and I Can Have Another You in a Minute. And let's not forget her Lemonade album, okay, where she seemed to confront Jay-Z's infidelity head on and calling out Becky with the good hair. But despite all of this, she's still with Jay-Z, and their relationship still continues to be a topic of debate. It's really challenging for couples in the limelight, particularly, look at Cardi B. She's had several, breakups. She even entered her 3rd pregnancy. She is not with her man or her former man, right? And Beyonce, when you're telling the world that your man cheated on you, and for many people, infidelity is the ultimate deal breaker in a marriage or any relationship, particularly those who are, standing for women's rights and power and whatnot. Now, as a relationship expert, I have no judgment of if a wife chooses to stay with a cheating partner. We don't know the intricacies. We don't know their agreements. We don't know, what they can tolerate, if she actually forgives him, if there's trust in that relationship. In fact, the leading expert on infidelity, Esther Perel, and many other breakup experts can say a marriage can actually be even more bonded following an infidelity, because if there's an infidelity or cheating, you can find out something about the partner, what wasn't working, what led them to do that, so that you can create a better connection. So perhaps their connection is even stronger and they have each other's back more because it was so public, and because, maybe he's learned from his mistake. Now, Beyonce is famously private and she rarely addresses any rumors directly. So it is customary for her to behave this way, right? Just because a close friend in her circle and business collaborate is under extreme fire, her publicity team or PR relations probably is saying, don't say anything. In fact, in 2015, she made headlines for refusing to give an interview to Vogue. It's the first woman to do so in 5 years, and this only adds to the mystery. How much of her life is she willing to share? For a lot of people, Vogue is the the quintessential, you made it as a woman, like Vogue magazine, Vogue England. I think it was Kylie Jenner that just was recently on, of all the sisters, on British Vogue, and it was a massive deal for her, okay? But on the flip side, Beyonce does let us in from time to time. So if she's saying no to Vogue, that kind of says a lot about her stardom. Like, I don't need Vogue. I'm Beyonce. Vogue needs me, okay? So she shared a glimpse of her personal life on Instagram, and her album Lemonade was praised for being her most raw and vulnerable work yet. But even with this openness, there's always that push and pull, right? Like, give us enough, just enough to keep us intrigued, but never enough to truly understand what's going on. That sounds like a bad relationship, actually. And in dating terms, online dating, that's called breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing is when you give a little, just enough to stay relevant. Oh, pick up that crumb, pick up that affection, pick up that, attention. You haven't heard somebody for a while, then they send you a text. Hey, been thinking about you. Breadcrumb. So she's kind of breadcrumbing the media with that. Health and wellness are also a huge part of her life. She's promoted veganism. She's teamed up with Michelle Obama for the Let's Move campaign and launched a vegan meal service. Now, she's all about feeling good and staying fit, but her extreme diets, like the infamous Master Cleanse, been there, done that, have raised some eyebrows. And it's come to think of it, it reminds me of when Kim Kardashian had to lose, I think it was a ridiculous amount of weight in a short time so she could fit in the Marilyn Monroe Met Gala dress. That was insane. A lot of people were like, oh, that's what news is about? Like how fast somebody can starve their body so that they can fit into a dress? Anyway, then there's her activism. Beyonce has made powerful statements like her 2016 Super Bowl performance, which was filled with Black power symbols. Now, her Lemonade album did celebrate Black women's beauty and strength, putting her at the forefront of conversations about race and empowerment. I mean, when you think of Queen Bee and Beyonce, she is the it. She represents, beautiful Black women altogether. Doesn't matter color, race, ethnicity. She just represents females, right? But it hasn't all been smooth sailing. In a 2008 interview with Latina magazine, Beyonce admitted that she wished she were Latina, which kind of felt odd to some considering she's championing Black girl magic. Maybe it was a moment, I don't know why at the time. I mean, she's on a Latina magazine. Was it something nice that she said, oh, I wish I was Latina because you could speak Spanish? Maybe that was the context. We got to remember, things can be taken out of context, right? So there have also been whispers about how involved she really is in writing her own songs. Now, while she shared stories about the making of hits like Crazy in Love, others, including MTV News, reported that producer Rich Harrison did most of the work before Beyonce even stepped into the studio. And let's not forget the accusations of copying from her Formation choreography to her Hold Up video. She has been called out for borrowing ideas without giving appropriate credit. In 2017, she was even sued for $20 million over a sample used in Formation, okay? So, listen. I'm a fan of Queen Bee. I love her music. I love her style. I don't know a single hater of Beyonce, to be frank with you, but what do you think? We have such a mixed audience. We have naysayers and we got, people are showing her love. So is Beyonce's life more secretive than we realize? Could her connection to Diddy actually damage her legacy and her present, the present opinion of her? Or is she just playing by her own rules and she could give a F about what anybody else thinks? Let us know in the comments below.